Hello, my name is Holly Sweeney-Hillman, and it's a beautiful morning here in the United States, in the state of New Jersey, where I'm a center director for a young family Taiji center. So you'd like to try a little Taiji. We're going to learn a Taiji sequence that you can follow along. And just so you know how to practice with me, I'm going to be like a mirror for you. So practice. This is your right hand. This is your left hand. So you can look directly at me in your monitor and follow along with the movements as if you were looking at a mirror. So there's three movement aspects that we're going to include in our little class. Every Taiji movement has these aspects. One, of course, is what the arms and the hands are doing. One is where the body is turning, and one is what the footwork is doing. So we'll work with the arm movements first. So I would like you to imagine that you had a little box set up in front of you that was a rectangle. So the short sides of the rectangles are here, going from about your waist to your shoulder area. And then the long side of the rectangle is just under your nose and just above your navel. So we have a little rectangle in space that we're imagining. So I would like you to take your left arm, put it across your body, and have your fingers touch that bottom corner of the rectangle. Then let your fingers slide up the side of the rectangle, go across the top of the rectangle with your palm turning out, go down the short side of the rectangle, and come back to the starting position. So let's do that movement together. So even though in our mind we're tracing a rectangle, we're making the movement all connected together as if it was one movement. Let's do the same thing with our right arm. So we're going to have our right finger touching that bottom corner of the rectangle. We're going to come up, across the top, turning the palm out, go down, across the bottom, turning the palm in, go up, across the top, go down the short side, and turn the palm in as you're going along the bottom side. So let's make this a movement now with the right arm where we're going to go up the short side first. So we're going to go up the short side, across the long side. Now we're going to let the left hand join us over on the short side. So as the right arm goes down, the left arm's going to come up. Then both arms are going to go across the long side. When they get to the short side, they're going to trade places. Go across the long side, change places on the short side, go across the long side, change places on the short side, go across the long side, change places on the short side, go across the long side, change places on the short side, go across the long side, change places on the short side, and just to finish, we're going to take our right arm across the left, open our hands, turn them palm down, and let our arms lower. So now we're going to add the body element. So if we have our fingertips just a little bit in front of our body, we'll open our footwork a little bit so it's a little bit more comfortable to come into a slightly lowered stance. We're just going to keep our fingertips in front of the midline of our body, but now we're going to turn our body. First to the left, and then to the right. To the left, and to the right. And our eyes just follow the direction of our body turning. So our whole body and our gaze is turning from left to right. So now this sort of bends our rectangle into a curve. So we're going to do the same movement of our arms, but now we're going to be also turning our body. So we'll start from body forward. We'll turn our body first to the left. Let the right arm come up the short side of the circle. When we go across the long side, we'll let the left arm join us. Then arms trade places on the short side, go across the long side. Change places, go across. Change places, go across. Change places, go across. Change places, and then turning forward, we'll let the right arm cross over the left, open, and finish our practice with that movement. So now we have 2 out of the 3 things that we're going to combine into a Taiji coordination. The third one is the footwork, and for our health, we may even consider that the most important thing. So in regular walking, we just divide our foot into 2 parts, heel, toe, and then off we go with the next foot. In Taiji, we actually divide our foot into 3 parts. So we have the part behind the ankle joint where the heel is. We have the middle part that's from the ankle joint to the metatarsal joints. And then we have the last part, which is from the metatarsals to the toes. So let's just practice a moment articulating those 3 parts. First, we'll put the front part down, then the middle part, then the heel, and then when we bend our knee and move our weight into our foot a little bit, we're moving it down into the middle part of our foot. So in Taiji, we're always going to be placing our weight into this middle part of the foot as opposed to the heel and as opposed to the toe. It's going to be right over the middle part. So our footwork progression for this particular movement that we're learning, we're going to start in what's called the Taiji horse stance. So like riding a horse, our toes are pointed the same direction and our feet are about body width apart. So about the width between your armpits or the widest part of your hips. And as always, our leg joints are a little bit bent. So the hip joint is bent, the knees are slightly bent, and most importantly, we have our weight down into the middle part of our foot. So when we pick our foot up, we also articulate these 3 parts. The heel comes up, then the middle part, and then lastly the toe. And if we were taking a step to the side, we move our foot wider, put the front part of our foot down, the middle part, and lastly the heel. With our weight firmly over the bubbling well, we'll pick up the heel, middle foot, toe of the other foot, and step, toe, middle foot, heel next to the other foot, coming back to our horse step. And again, we'll pick up, step the left foot to the side, toe, middle foot, heel, pick up the other foot, heel, middle foot, toe, step down, toe, middle foot, heel, pick up, heel, middle foot, toe, step away, toe, middle foot, heel, pick up, heel, middle foot, toe, step down, toe, middle foot, heel. Now we can go the same way going to the right. So we pick up, heel, middle foot, toe, take a longer step, toe, middle foot, heel, pick up, heel, middle foot, toe, put down, toe, middle foot, heel, pick up, heel, middle foot, toe, put down, toe, middle foot, heel, pick up, heel, middle foot, toe, put down, toe, middle foot, heel, pick up and put down, and lastly come back to our horse step. So the Taiji footwork is a little bit different than human walking, and it's sometimes described as cat walking. So it's the way a cat very deliberately and carefully but softly picks up its feet and puts the feet down again. So our footwork in this sequence is moving from side to side. We're going to take 3 steps to the left and 3 steps back to the right, coordinating with the arm movements, and that will complete our Taiji exercise. So we have a little opening movement of the arms that will start our sequence. First, we'll begin with our feet together in an upright stance. Then we'll pick up our left foot and step it to the horse width stance, and our arms will be rounded with the palms facing towards our thighs. Then we're going to rotate our upper arms so that the back of our hands are forward, raise our hands to about shoulder height, and let our elbows bend down, leading the palms. And we call that the opening movement. Then we're going to let our right arm cross our body, move towards the right, take a step with our left foot, the arms trade places on the short side, go across the long side. Step to our horse step, let the arms change places, then go across the long side, take a step to the left, arms change places on the short side, go across the long side, come back to our horse step, move our weight to the right, turn right, take a step to the left, arms change places on the short side, and we go to the left, moving our right foot to the horse step. Now we're going to go towards the right. So we take a long step with the right, arms change places, go along the long side. Step the left foot into the horse step, arms trade places, turning to the left, right foot steps out, arms change places, turn to the right. Foot steps in, arms change places, turn to the left. Right foot steps out, arms change places, turn to the right. Step the left foot in, left arm comes up, right arm crosses over the left. Coming to our upright position, we let the palms come down, close our arms to the side of our body, and step back to our horse step. Let's practice one more time.